It's now been a little over 8 months since I quit my 9-to-5 job. Let's find out how much money I'm actually making as an influencer. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing really well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do a lot of career and personal finance related videos here on my channel. So if that's something of interest to you, then please do subscribe to my channel down below. And be sure to follow me over on my Instagram page as well. And if you are interested, you can jump onto my website, successbysanjana.com, to book in a one-on-one consulting session with me. So, as you can tell by the title of today's video, I want to talk about how much money I'm making as an influencer. I feel this topic is very much a taboo topic, and although we are trying to change this, many people are talking about their income, it still isn't mainstream enough. So I want to encourage that and talk about my income as an influencer or a content creator. For many of my audience members and my viewers, I know that leaving your 9-to-5 job and becoming self-employed, becoming maybe an influencer, a content creator, is something that you aspire to be. So I hope that this video does provide you with some sort of transparency, some sort of insight into the world of content creation. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree with me that the earning potential of being self-employed is much greater than a 9-to-5 job. You can actually dictate how much money you make or want to make, and don't actually have to wait for a promotion at a 9-to-5 job to increase your earning potential. This is something that I know I really struggled with at my 9-to-5 job. I knew that if I wanted to increase my income, I would have to get promoted, and that can obviously take many years and many hours to put in the hard work so that you can actually get promoted. And that is really the only way that you can actually increase your income if you really wanted to. Now, through this video, I want to show you that this is really not the case with being self-employed. You are able to increase your income and really dictate how much you actually want to make. Okay, so I want to actually compare the 9-to-5 salary of a Big 4 consulting firm and a Big 4 bank here in Australia compared to being self-employed. So now on your screen, you will be able to see some figures. These are figures from July 2021, this year, and these were actually featured in the Australian Financial Review. So on your screen, you should be able to see the companies. So this is the estimated starting salary by rank. So we can see we've got KPMG, Deloitte, EY, PwC, and Accenture. And here we can see the minimum pay, including super, down below. So if we have a look here, we can see the typical experience required from graduate level to director level. So I'm just going to leave this here on the screen a little bit for you guys to take it all in. As we can see, as you do move up the ranks, you do need greater levels of experience under your belt before you are able to start making about $180,000 in income. Now, all of this income is going to be based in Australian dollars, and these are primarily the pays that we get paid here in Australia. Now we can see that a senior consultant at a Big 4 accounting firm gets about $75 as their minimum pay. Mind you, this is also including super, so it's about $65,000. And then moving our way up, we can see that manager gets about $90,000, senior manager and associate director about $120K, which does obviously require about 7 to 10 years of experience. And then moving up, we've got director at about $180,000. And I want you guys to stay towards the end of this video because I will be mentioning how much I am making now as a content creator for the last 8 months. And you guys will definitely be surprised because within the first 8 months of me being a content creator or a digital creator and starting my own business, I am making very close to the director level of income. And this is obviously, of course, without the 7 to 10 years of experience. This is something that really just blows my mind. It's stupid money, and it's all available if you do decide to take the risk and become self-employed. So stay tuned until the end because I will be revealing how much I do make. Now, I just want to compare these figures. Obviously, that was for a Big 4 consulting firm. I want to compare this with a Big 4 bank as well. So a bank manager typically makes about $100,000 excluding super. So it's about $110,000 as a package. And then a senior manager makes about 140, excluding super. And then we work our way up to about an executive level. Executive managers make about $200,000. Obviously, 7 to 10 years of experience is required for this role. Now, of course, as we can see here, that banking jobs do actually pay more. This is something that I've mentioned here on my channel many times because I took that leap of faith. I quit my KPMG job to land me a job at a Big Four bank, and I saw my income double in value. And I don't want to say that, everyone should leave their 9-to-5 KPMG or Big Four jobs to work in the banking field, but just know that, the same amount of hours that you're putting in, you could be earning double the amount. So it's just food for thought in case you are interested. Now, as you guys all know, I was a manager at Westpac and I was getting trained to become a senior manager. Now, realistically speaking, that senior manager position would not have come to me this year. I would be in the position to make senior manager next year, and promotions take place during October-November period. So this just proves that the earning potential of being self-employed is much higher than working at a 9-to-5 job, and not to mention the number of hours that you have to put into these jobs to be able to get that promotion can be quite taxing as well. And I know when I was working at a Big Four, even working at a bank as well, if you do work overtime, you don't actually get paid for overtime hours. So if you realistically calculate your hourly rate, it is going to be very low or decreasing as you do work up the ranks. Now, personally for me, being self-employed, if I do want to increase my income, I don't need to put too many hours in to get more income. What I can do is I can actually start to increase my rates or just start accepting more collaboration work during quieter periods, and that will allow me to generate more income. For my current job, I would say that I do work full-time hours, but there is a great amount of flexibility. I don't feel pressured in, making sure I have to log in at 9 a.m., log off at 5 p.m., and I don't feel guilty about taking longer lunch breaks, leaving during the day to maybe do my grocery shopping during hours which are not peak hours, going for a walk, taking care of my health, fitness, going to the gym, doing all of that good stuff, and not having to do it over the weekend when there is that rush. So that's something I definitely appreciate about being self-employed. Now, from a tax perspective, when you are working a 9-to-5 job, your employer takes tax from your pay before it reaches you. So you don't have any say in the amount of tax that is being deducted. Now, when you are working for yourself, tax can be paid at the end. This allows you more flexibility when it does come to tax time. In terms of tax rates as well, they do differ for me personally because I have actually set up a company. I have set my business to operate under a company structure. If you want more information about this, do let me know by clicking the like button down below, and I'll be more than happy to make a video around this. Because I have set up a company, my tax rates differ as well, and there are obviously pros and cons associated with this as well if you do compare this to the pay-as-you-go tax scheme. So in terms of, comparing 9-to-5 work to being self-employed, there's definitely greater flexibility, and there are some perks associated as well in terms of taxes. Okay, now moving on to the part that you guys have all been waiting for. I'm going to talk about how much I have made in the first 8 months of being self-employed. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm creating this video for no other reason than to provide transparency, especially in the content creator industry. And of course, these figures may differ from industry to industry. I am personally a career and personal finance creator and also a fashion and lifestyle creator as well, and these are my personal figures. I'm not really going to break down my income streams because I have actually done a video on this before where I have actually spoken about my income streams and how I was able to make about $14,000 in the first month of launching my business. So I'm going to link that video up here for you guys and also in the description box down below. So be sure to check out the full breakdown of my income streams. I'm just going to share the full amount for now. And note, tax has not been accounted for. So these are all pre-tax figures. Now, for the month of October, this has actually been one of my highest earning months. I've heard that a lot of content creators do start to generate a lot more money during October, November, and December. This is where advertisers are willing to pay a lot more for their marketing, hence why influencers see an increase in sponsorship deals during the later months of the year. So for the month of October, I made $19,795. This is definitely higher than what I was actually expecting. And of course, if we do compare this to my 9-to-5 job, my gross pay at my 9-to-5 job was about $6,000 to $7,000. So as we can see here, there is a massive jump and an increase in earning potential of being self-employed. Now, let's move on to the month of September. Now, in the month of September, I made $15,405. In the month of August, I made $12,045. You will see a steady sort of decline because this is obviously when my business was not fully established and I wasn't pushing my YouTube channel and my content as vigorously as I am now. So for the month of July, I made about $14,304. For the month of June, I made $12,340. For the month of May, this is when I established my business and this is my first month of operating my business. This is the Success by Sanjana Consulting. This is where I made $14,230, and this is where I've created a video on my income breakdown, which as mentioned, I will leave down below. In the month of April, I made about $9,304, and in the month of March, I made about $5,945. So if we add all of that up together for the first 8 months of being self-employed, we come to a total of $103,368. But of course, this is my gross income. But if we compare that to my 9-to-5 job, that was $100,000 as my gross income as well. So as we can see here, that being my full-time salary for my 9-to-5 job for 12 months worth of pay, and me just being 8 months into this role, I have been able to already increase that amount. Of course, I'm not talking about superannuation because I should be paying myself super, but I don't want to because I find that that money that I'm putting towards super, I'm not really going to rely upon because I want to build my asset base. That's a video for another day. I'll talk about that in another video. Do hit the like button if you want to see my strategy in terms of superannuation. For those of you who are in the UK or the US, it's my retirement fund or my 401k. So that's why I don't actually contribute to my superannuation. I feel like that is going to be dead money for me, and I plan to obviously invest all of my money now as much as possible so that I don't need to really rely on super. Now, given that I have only been working for 8 months, for me to extrapolate that, we're going to just find the average for the 8 months. So if I divide my total income so far by 8 months, we come to a total of $12,921. And this is what my average monthly income looks like. This is obviously pre-tax. Now, if we extrapolate that for the entire year, if that's my average income, then for the entire year, if we times that by 12, we come to a total of $155,002. So $155,000 approximately. Now, if we look back at our salary guide as per the Australian Financial Review, $155,000 for a Big Four accounting job would fall within the senior manager associate director level. So that would mean I would have 7 to 10 years of experience under my belt to be earning that much of income. And here I am, the first 8 months of me quitting my job, I'm already making that sort of money. Now that is only for the Big Four consulting world. If I was in the banking industry, that would be much higher and I would be at a higher rank. All right, guys, so that's everything that I wanted to share with you today. I really hope it does provide you with some transparency, some insight, and really urges you to start up a side hustle. If you aren't happy with your 9-to-5 job, you really don't know where your side hustle can really take you. I honestly did not know that my What's in My Handbag video on this channel, the one that received the most amount of hate, would now allow me to work for myself and be self-employed. All right, guys, so that's everything I wanted to share with you. Really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, do follow me over on my Instagram. I love talking with you guys in the DMs. And that's it, guys. I'm going to leave it here. I'll chat with you guys in my next video. Thanks, guys.